All right, all right, all right. You said we are live. Is that correct?
Yep, waiting on Instagram, and we're live on the ground.
All right. Waiting on Instagram myself. Soon as I see it, I will get in there. In the meantime, y'all know how this goes, and everybody know who we are. I give everybody a chance to get in here. I know some people. It's a little late for some people. We apologize for that, but we got a good reason for it. So we got a good reason. But everybody that's watching, welcome, 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 welcome. This is episode number 20. It's been 20 weeks, fellas. Y'all believe that? 20 weeks of doing New Jack, man. It's crazy, ain't it?
It go quick.
Yeah. They add up fast. Like, how far are you from 100? I know you creeping up on it on your show, Trey.
4 episodes.
Got 4 to go. See, Will, do you count yours? You know how many you at?
Almost to 60.
Yeah, we gotta get you get a it's almost at 60. That's more than a year. God almighty. A year ain't number 52 weeks, man. But you know, we got a show for y'all lined up. I don't know if y'all saw the Instagram post. If you didn't, we're gonna have a special guest with us tonight. Also at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central Time. Check the New Jack page. There will be a post coming out. We got something excited. A little something for everybody. So appreciate anybody that's watching that. So just make sure y'all go and check that, and then we're gonna get into it, man, because we know it's late. So, you know, like I always like to say, we are here for a good time tonight, not a long time. And with that being said, man, welcome to the New Jack Archer Spot. It's a lot going on out here, so we got a little different vibe. Ain't no sense of getting hyped late in the evening. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's here with us. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody that's no longer here with us in the physical, gone, but y'all will not be forgotten. It's all love. And if you got special people in your life, man, make sure y'all tell them that you love them while you still can. You feel me? Oh, we got sports, sir. That sound like some draft music going on over there.
Y'all can hear that?
Yeah, we can hear that.
We can hear that. Right in the middle of my little special monologue, but we can't expect nothing different. Hey, it's a live show. We go through this every week. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all being here with us for real. Like I said, some couple things going on. Like, and for the affected people, just know we think about y'all, we pray for y'all, and we love y'all. So I'm not gonna serious it out too much on the music tip tonight. Oh my God, it won't stop. Jesus Christ, it won't stop. Technical difficulties every week, man. Gotta love doing live shows. Like I said, welcome back to New Jack Archers, man. We here. The usual suspects. We got a special guest for y'all on the show tonight. All right. Dog, it's killing me over here, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, it works fine until it's time to go live every week. Like I said, welcome back to New Jack Archers. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us, especially this late in the evening time and the nighttime. We'll be here for a good time, not a long time. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. J Cam. I got my main man, Mr. Trey Reed, the dreaded Archer in the house. Trey, what's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Getting ready for
And
this
I got
next week.
You say getting ready for what next week?
Elk hunt next week.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it for a little bit. You know that. And we got my other main man coming to you from the heartland over there in Kentucky, Mr. C. Will from We Do This Too Outdoors. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Ain't not a whole lot, man. You know, happy to be here. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
You know how we do this. So we're gonna catch up with each other. How was everybody weekend? What was going on, man?
Let's see. Had some pool troubles. For some odd reason, I could not get my pool balanced out. So got that situated, and then just, man, let me tell you something. Having a 13-year-old daughter is starting to weigh on me because she's hitting that teenage stage, and it is it's irking my nerve, bro. Like the attitude, man. I missed the whole, hey, breakfast is ready, and get up and you're super excited. Now it's like walk right past, go in the living room, watch TV. Bam. Hey.
I don't like hearing this stuff from y'all because Justice is like just a little bit behind. She'll be 12. So it's like, oh man, like, and I already can feel some of what you're talking about. So it's like, man, bro, like I'm not looking forward to it.
It's not a gradual change either. It's that one day it's you're the best person in the world, and the next day it's I don't want nothing to do with you, bro.
Nah, for real. That is the craziest part about it, yo. It's like I think it might be gradual, but like for us, it's just like when it really happened, I think maybe we be in denial at first. But shout out to all the parents out there, man. Like it's crazy.
I dropped off at her mom's house and went to Andy's custard ice cream and sat in the parking lot and ate some ice cream and listened to Drake.
This dude, man.
Man, you was going through it like that? We're gonna have to talk about that offline, man. Jesus.
Yeah, facts.
We're gonna have to talk about that. Hey, my man said he went and ate some ice cream and started listening to Drake. What was he going through?
Sitting on
in
my car, looking at the car.
Oh man. What about you, C? What you got into over the weekend, man?
Man, it was my son's first scrimmage game, tackling. You know, his first time suiting up in the pads. So he did good, man. I was proud of him. And Sunday we got some bad news. You know, a couple folks in the family no longer with us, man. So, you know, just keep my family and her family in your prayers, man.
Absolutely, man. 1,000%. Been dealing with a little bit of loss myself, and it ain't never easy, man. But like that's now, you know, I wasn't gonna say nothing because it wasn't my story to tell, but that's behind the vibe to the initial intro music there. I just wanted to, you know, pay some respects to the people that we lost. We always think about y'all and we love y'all. And speaking of people that we love, here on New Jack Archers, man, we got to shout out to the people that support us. So salute to our guy Jerry over at Custom Gear Modifications. Salute to the Bowhitch Mondo. Salute to our good people over there at Shot 3D. And shout out to the newest member of the crew that's holding my man C Will down over there. If you are in the Kentucky area, shout out to Jackson Legacy Barbecue.
Yes,
and
sir.
This next person that I'm about to shout out is normally at the top of the list, but it's a reason for that tonight. Shout out to our guy Dustin from Ullr's Archery, and he is our special guest that we have with us on the podcast tonight. So please, at this time, welcome to the show, Dustin from Ullr's Archery, man. Coming to the stage near you, man. Welcome to our guy.
Boys.
Thank you for being here, Dustin. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, always. I appreciate you guys having me, being flexible. Obviously, we talked about the changes in life. So I've got a newborn, so being able to help mom out for bedtime and get little man to bed, and then I get to talk about archery for the next couple hours. So twist my arm.
Absolutely, man. Family first. You know, we love that.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you again. We get to appreciate y'all being flexible and good to have you here with us. So like we do every week at about this time, we're going to go ahead and start it off with a little bit of New Jack news, if you will. So Trey, you had a father and son got charged with some felonies for poaching. What state was this in? What happened with that real quick?
Said it was poaching in Montana, but they are non-residents from Michigan. So yeah, so they got hit with a ton of felonies. So they were trespassing. Of course, then they end up, shooting a deer. I think it was like after hours. I mean, not deer, but an elk after hours. And then they took the head and the antlers, but left the carcass in the field. So it didn't take no meat, Nathan. So I'm reading this story and I'm like, what is going on? Because it seems like we're hearing more and more and more stories about guys poaching.
Yeah, I agree with you. We just had one here in Texas. I was going to mention it. Some 1,400 different charges for illegal breeding of deer. Like they call it the ghost deer case. I'm waiting for some more details to come out. We'll get into that a little bit later. But you're right. It seems like the poaching cases are on the rise. I don't know if it's because of social media or what, but we definitely seem to hear about that more often.
I think access to social media is a big part of it because news travels so much faster. I mean, it used to be one slip of the tongue in a small town, everyone knew, and someone was in trouble. And nowadays, you so much as the wrong photo at the wrong time, and look at how the Bomars got caught. Who's that gentleman just got caught for one of the TV shows? I mean,
Yeah,
that makes it like 10,000 times worse because it's like that was nothing even remotely in respect of what we do as hunters.
He recorded it though.
Yeah.
He posted that poaching on 2 different episodes. Two different
episodes. Like he had that coming too, man. Come on.
I mean, and I think people are so much more socially aware of it too, just because the resources are becoming scarcer and more people are in the field. So it's leveling the playing field with equalizing the playing field. Justin,
I'll see what you did there. I appreciate that. Shout out to Equalized Outdoors. That's me. Look at him. He's a natural. Dustin is a pro. Everybody. In the next news segment. See, Will, we got Tennessee's opening weekend. Was this some type of velvet hunt I saw or something? What's going on out there with that?
The velvet season just opened up in Tennessee this past weekend. And if you get on bowhuntingnews.com, there were some absolute hammers that hit the ground. 11-year-old killed, I think it was 180-inch, anywhere from like 140s up. I mean, there was some giant deer that got killed, man. You just got to get on there. Bow hunting. I'll drop the link, man. There's just a lot of deer that got killed this weekend, so it's officially started.
Question for you: that was a buck only hunt in Tennessee. Like, what was the details on it?
The detail? No, I just know the season opened up, man, and
okay.
It's called the Tennessee Velvet Buck Hunt of 2025.
Okay.
So it opens up like 2 weeks before ours start here in Kentucky. So
it looks like it's only 2 days of hunting, August 3 days, the 22nd through the 24th. No public land is open, so but you're right. It looked like they got some hammers out here. Dude, I see it on bowhunting.com and some other places.
They killed some giants, man. So I've seen all these pictures, man. I'm getting excited. God, I got excited when I'm watching, listening to all these people's stories and looking at these pictures, man. I'm like, September 6th can't get here no faster for us.
I know that's right. Like y'all season starts super, super early. We got to wait all the way to October 4th in Texas, but I'm looking at this on bowhunting.com right now, and you were right, boy. It is some absolute
giants, dude. Some giants.
I didn't know Tennessee was holding like that. I wasn't familiar with your game, Tennessee. Jesus.
It kills me though, because I look at those deer, and it's just being in Colorado, just how much bigger animals are, and the racks in these animals are insane, but the bodies are so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if you think that about them Tennessee deer, then Texas deer is all antler. This is all top. That's deer so hard here. Like a 5 year is like
I would love to see something like that size and cross compare it to the mule deer and the whitetail we get out here. I think that whitetail I dropped from Nebraska a few years back was a freaking toad.
How many whitetail y'all got out there in Colorado? When I think Colorado, I think mule deer. What's the whitetail hunting like out there?
We got quite a few whitetail. It's pretty much east of I-25, so they're all plains deer. And then we've got a couple of hunts down south. They're special hunts, so you can't just go get a whitetail tag. It's not something that's it's like mule deer, but you still have to draw from mule deer. They get pretty good size. I mean, again, the mecca is obviously the southern Nebraska, Kansas, northern Oklahoma,
Iowa, and all of
Iowa, the corn fed. Especially as soon as they start cutting silage and they start putting that stuff out, and the deer just eat it up and get all big bodied. The racks don't get overly huge in most places. You really have to find the lucky one out there that's got the monster rack. But they're good eating. It's been 3 years and we're still eating on that whitetail. It's insane how much meat was on that deer.
I wish it was something like that.
South Dakota got some toads up there, man.
Yep. South Dakota's no joke. I mean, you get up just east of Rapid City there's some good-sized deer out in those ranges.
Except for some odd reason, though, the deer in the Black Hills don't get that big, and I don't know why, but it's not a lot of ag either. But when you start going, say, middle of the state where all the cornfields and stuff are, it's a wrap.
Oh.
It's a wrap.
Dude. Crazy.
Man, listen, Like the hunting is crazy. Like I said, I would have never thought about whitetails in Colorado. Like that's just what makes it so dope. You can do a lot of things in so many different places. But in the next little news segment that we got, this don't really have nothing to do with hunting, but since this is a show, and I'm sure a lot of us have them, the ring camera people are tripping out here. I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on with them.
No.
So if you got a ring camera, like according to Revolt News, I put the link in the chat on the live just now. Ring doorbell will now allow law enforcement to access camera footage without warrants. This came out a little while ago. So just beware if you got a ring camera, anything going on, start seeing your camera acting funny or you notice something different. It's because the police can now access your footage warrant free. Don't know how, but that's not the place of this show. I just wanted everybody to be aware of it as we were wrapping up the news segment. Like, I just thought that was absolutely trippy, though. Like, because who doesn't have a ring camera in 25?
Me.
I don't have one either, but I don't have one either, but I know a lot of people do.
The scary part is just the implications of that, because it's not only the video, it's the audio. And how much audio does that microphone pick up? Even like when you're behind your front door,
it picks up a lot.
You got a window
of stuff,
right?
Yeah, like even internal to the house. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Like that's crazy. They need to do something. Like I said, I posted the link down there if anybody that want to take a look into it. It's in the chat on the live on Instagram right now.
No,
and I don't. Go ahead, Trey.
So I don't have a Ring doorbell, but like the house that I bought, I guess the people that lived here before me, they were like super paranoid. So I got like 26 cameras around the property. And then
Lord.
I was like, I'm gonna take them down, but then the company that I guess run it or installed them was like, hey, they paid up for the last like 3 years, so like we can move it over to your name. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got a TV in my house that every piece of my property is on lock.
26?
26.
Cool, John Wick.
What were they? Some doomsday preppers? What they got going on? 26 cameras.
He bought a trap house.
Nah, he got a safe house, is what it sounds like.
So the guy that owned it, he like trust fund baby. So he had like a ton of rental properties and a ton of businesses and all that. So I guess he was like, I think people came here to pay their rent to him. So I guess he wasn't with that funny stuff.
Obviously,
I mean, but what do you
cameras.
need? 26 cameras? Like, how many front doors do you have? That's crazy.
I got one. I can't put that on the internet.
No, I'm saying no. Like that's it was like a rhetorical question. Like, you know what I mean? Like
he was about to count
26 cameras. Yeah,
he was
like 26
1,
cameras.
2,
like
3.
Talking about people dropping people off. Like that. That's
but then on the back side of the property and it's everywhere, bro. Every corner covered. So don't try to sneak up on the dreaded Archer compound.
You heard what my boy said? Fuck around and find out. That's what he said. That's what he said. I mean, in Texas anyway, that's pretty much good advice. Like you don't want to play around like that. You got to assume everybody's carrying. A lot of states is open carry now with no permits needed. Like, think twice before you do some play stupid games. You win stupid prizes.
That's like being here in Colorado is just mind blowing for that, because like you have so many people that move here with the assumption that it's a liberal state. I think when you look at voting politics, yes, but that is only a very small part of the state. That's Denver to Boulder. That's the cities. Valley. You get out here in Weld County. You don't play out here in Weld County because one, there's not a ton of people out here. Everyone's got more than a few. And it's just the concept of how people perceive this area of the country is just so funny to me.
What's that saying that they say? Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Carried by 6.
That's it.
Yeah. So
technically, you can still hang somebody for stealing a horse in Weld County, Colorado.
You can't.
They on some different shit up there. Wait a minute. Oh man. Oh shit.
I ain't coming out to Colorado. Never mind.
No, don't play. Oh no, I'm still going. Don't do nothing crazy.
It's wild. Like if you go and look at like some of the old laws that's still in the book, you're like, I didn't know this was a thing. Like in my town, is illegal to ride an elephant down Main Street on a Sunday. I don't know who.
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah, who did it? Somebody did it, and it's still in the books. And I mean, I get no one's got access to an elephant now, but Hey, if you do it,
Yo, only on Sundays though. So Saturday night is cool. Like,
hey, if you do it,
yo, only on Sundays though. So Saturday night is
you
cool.
good.
What?
You good on Saturday night.
Here's a whole
That's one
immediate
of the-
designated driver.
That's
Right.
one of those weird things. But the South is full of stuff like that. I think it was one state, like maybe Alabama, there for a while. It was still legal to like beat your wife on Sunday, but you had to do it at like the courthouse steps or something
Yep.
wild like
With a
that. I
stick, no
read.
stick it in your thumb. That's why they got that.
Yeah, like I'm like, who thought of this? Like, it was some
Well,
wild times back in the day, man.
in Kentucky, I think it was in Owensboro, Kentucky. A woman cannot go into a store and buy a hat without her husband's permission.
What if she's single? Like, they can't wear hats?
Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Nah,
You
man,
can't,
that ain't right.
Like in Denver, it's unlawful to lend your vacuum to a neighbor. Still on the
What?
books.
Yeah, I had to sprinkle this. I had to let the silence sit right there. Like, I didn't even know what to say.
We were wondering if we could borrow some brown sugar.
Oh my god! Ain't no trading, no chickens out there, buddy. You can't even borrow
Nah,
a vacuum. Like,
I
you're
can't,
locked
I
up,
can't, I can't do it.
man. Like, excuse me, y'all. This is why
But
I
again,
love this
no
show.
one, no
You
one's
never
ever
know what
seen
we
it.
gonna talk about.
No one cares about it.
Come knocking your door.
Hey,
Hey,
there's a whole reason
sorry,
I've got the
Dustin.
chaos symbols
sorry.
on my arm, right?
Sorry,
Listen,
Dustin,
man.
we let you. We heard that you let your neighbor borrow a vacuum. We got to take it down.
Yeah.
Question it.
Hey, come with
we're
us,
gonna take
buddy.
you downtown. Come with us,
Come with
buddy.
us. He gonna hit you with that little tap. Hey, just hang tight for me. Pat, pat. You know it's bad news coming after they tap the roof twice. Hey, but
Yep. Yeah.
you about to have a
Oh,
long day
yes.
after they tap that roof twice. But all right, the last thing we got in news is a little New Jack Archers announcement. We're gonna be doing a giveaway. We're gonna be giving away a dozen arrows, a cell cam set up with a solar panel, and some broadheads from my guys, over there. That post should just hit the New Jack Archers page just now. I had it scheduled, so head over there to check out all the details if you want to get entered in that. Tag a friend, share. We just crossed like 100 subscribers and stuff like that recently on Instagram. The growth been a little slow compared to TikTok, but we just wanted to give back a little something because, like we always say on the show, can't be all take. That's the last thing we got in news. So, in that, we're going to move right along to interviewing our guest, Mr. Dustin here from Ullr's Archery. For those that are unfamiliar, we want to get to know Dustin a little bit tonight. And so we're going to start it off with just tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do, Dustin.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Dustin Lovell. I own Ullr's Archery out of Windsor, Colorado. My specialty is custom built arrows and high value precision arrow components. That's really kind of the key to it. I started at the antithesis of how this all started. I got upset with the industry. I got upset with bow shops. There's so many good bow shops, but there's a lot of bad bow shops. And I got burned by a couple of them. And I'm one of those types of people that if I find something that I'm going to pay someone to do for me and I don't feel it's justified, I'll learn to do it myself. So I said, screw it. So I learned to make arrows for myself, started doing it for a few people. I had a couple friends of mine that were like, dude, we'll pay you to do our arrows. So I really started digging deep into the math. I'm a big physics nut. And then just looking at what the industry was doing as a whole and seeing how could I change it, even just a little bit. And I think really it comes down to is you spend so much money for your bow. You spend so much money for all of your other equipment. One of the last things that people actually spend money on is arrows. And it's not that they don't go and get good arrows. You've got people who go get pre-fletched VAP SSs off the shelf and they just go to town with it. But they don't take the time to understand it. And I equate it to like how you get golf clubs fit to you. That to me is how an arrow and a bow should be fit to the archer. People just don't take the time for it. And I think there's another saying around like a rifle. Go get a $700 rifle and take the remaining $1,000 and get good training. I'd say the same with any archer. Go and spend time with somebody that understands how to help you grow. And that's where Ullr's came along. We started doing custom builds for people all over the world now, which is kind of neat. I actually did one for a gentleman in Germany. He saw my apparel and he goes, yeah, Ullr's. We love that. That's actually the name of our archery club. We'd love to get a couple of your shirts and have you send us some arrows. And it was just blown away at the experience that he had and how much time we took. When I was a youth, each of you on here have all had that experience with me of, here's the information I'm going to need. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. It seems a little bit overkill, but that's what makes me happy because I know I'm putting the right equipment in your hands. I've seen some of your shots. Obviously, that 40-yard cold shot that made me smile. I was drinking my coffee, like, all right, that started my day off, right? But I think it's taking it a step further. And while I can do wonderful things with the arrows, I think it's also educating the archery community that doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be a scenario where you feel like you're going to be beaten to death when you go into a bow shop mentally by someone that's had 40 years of experience. I want people to come to our company and ask questions, seek help. We had a conversation with a gentleman the other night. He was really struggling with his arrows. He built his own arrows. He had gotten his bow tuned, and we just asked a few basic questions. And I think we got him lined up, got some tapes out to him. I didn't charge him to do the tapes. It was just one of those scenarios like, you'll come back to me at some point. Like Goodwill does have a full circle concept to it, but he got back out in the field and he was confident with his bow the next day. And it took me 15 minutes of my time. That's really what I want the industry to start shifting to, is this focus on the customer, focus on the archer. And I think more and more people, as they start to get into it, it's a lifetime sport. I think the other thing that's so intriguing about it is you could shoot a bow the rest of your life. I may not shoot my 72-pound Omnia when I'm 80. I may have to dumb it down a little bit, like a 30-pound stick bow. But the reality of it is you can essentially take it everywhere. I mean, when I travel for my day job, I've got my knock-on training tool that I use for my release. I just practice my release over and over and over if I'm sitting in an office somewhere. And it's a very unique sport. And the other thing about it is it allows you to bring something home that you wouldn't normally be able to do, whether it's peace of mind. Hopefully it's meat. Trey, you got one coming up here, so I've been praying for you, buddy. The elk gods are on their way because it went from 100, 105. It was 70 today. It started raining, so it got cool. The pressures are changing. I think you're going to get out here right about the right time. But like that's how far this sport takes you and how far the company has taken me. It also allows me opportunities to work in the conservation space. And again, I'm blessed to have a friend like Adam, who is very deep in the conservation space. He's one of the board members of the Bighorn Sheep Society. He is currently on his way back from Alaska. He actually just smoked a stone sheep and a caribou. But we work with companies like Blood Origins. We just did a film release here in Colorado for him. I'm sure you guys saw the constant post. It was very cool to see because it involved more than just hunters. We saw a lot of members of the community come out for that. And that's awesome. I think having a platform like Ullr's to bring education, to provoke thought, provoke questions for people. Hey, guy, maybe you don't become an archer. Awesome. No harm, no foul. But did you ask the right questions? And can I leave you with a little bit of knowledge that makes you just a hair more intelligent than you were when you talked to me? I mean, it's kind of a stretch when you're talking to me to get more intelligent, but let's just go.
No, I understand what you're saying. 1,000%. Like, it's funny that you say that because we had a conversation, 2-3 shows ago, Trey, when we were talking about the one we was really focusing on the bow shops when they got mad at us on TikTok about 2 shows ago.
No, that was the
whatever it was. It might have been whichever show it was. Like you said in the beginning, like you made this decision to start doing it for yourself because the bow shops let you down. Can you tell us more about it? Like what happened with the bow shops? Why did you feel like they let you down? What were your expectations and where did they come up short?
I think it's just like with any sport, right? I mean, you know what you know. When you walk into a place where these people have been doing it and this is their livelihood, there's not necessarily an air of arrogance, but it's hard to connect with somebody when they're fresh into the sport. I had just started shooting compound bow again. I've been shooting a bow my whole life, but I was really kind of stepping up my game and wanting to use it for hunting purposes. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time. So going and dropping $200 on arrows, that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. You get home and you start looking at the product. I mean, basic things, little things. And again, we're all guilty of it. There's certain times it does still happen to me, but none of the veins were on straight. And I did at that point in time, I had no clue what rider, left, offset, helical. That was so far above my head. The wraps weren't aligned. The arrows weren't squared, like just basic stuff. And I bought some fairly expensive, for me, arrows, and they just didn't perform. So I started taking them apart. I took them back a couple of times and they looked at me like, No, these are great. Well, that's a button you don't push with me because it's like, all right, well, I will prove you wrong, and you're really not going to like my response to it. Then I've said bow shop's no longer here for a reason. I did go back to that bow shop owner. I sat down with him after I started doing it. And I was like, all right, here's the arrows you built. And I keep actually the yellow and green ones sitting back here are still the ones. I keep them here as a reminder of what bad actually is. And I took those arrows back to him. I took some of mine that I built. I said, this is why I will never do business with you again. And I pointed them all out. And he was so upset. Now, as I say that, there's so many unbelievably good bow shops out there. So I don't want to discount that. Obviously, I'm not trying to shit on bow shops throughout the country. There are some really fantastic people and guys that will take time out of their day. Have a real conversation with you and understand what you're trying to do, but two, just impart knowledge. And I think it's almost a gift to have as a bow shop owner, because you're making an impact on someone's life. You could sell them a bunch of crap and they would have no clue because that's not their realm. I think sporting goods stores do that. You'll see it a lot of different places. They'll just sell it to you to sell it, make some money, and they move on. Because at the end of the day, they know that you don't know enough about it to recognize the fault and then bring it back for some type of correction. Same with like bows. Like when you walk into a bow shop to go get a new bow, one of my favorite things to do is just people watch at like a Dick's Sporting Goods or Shields is usually very good about it. So I can actually do that to Shields. They're a really good bunch. But you see some of those larger bow shops, Cabela's, and the bow department manager doesn't really know all that much about bows. They just know that they have to push X number of high quality bows as a quota. So they're pushing a brand new $1,500 bow on a guy that's never put 2 arrows through a target. And in reality, is that what that shooter needs? No, I mean, yeah, you could get him into a great bow like that, but are you really doing them any favors? Can you tune them into a lower cost bow? Something they can learn to shoot really, really well, build some arrows around it, figure out what they need from a poundage standpoint and how to step that up and teach them. And then they step into that $1,500 bow, $1,600 bow, and then they're shooting lights out. And that natural progression, that natural learning curve is there. And so many of them are not for that. They're purely in it for that profit margin. And again, the person on the other end of that purchase knows none the wiser of what just happened to them. So I think that's a lot of it. And I do believe there is a shift in the industry. I think we are starting to see people become more engaged because there are more hunters. There's people that are educating themselves. They're asking a lot more intelligent questions. And hopefully platforms like this and listen to, not that we're in archery experts, but hopefully they're hearing something from us. They're going to ask their bow shop. Well, I'm going to start talking about arrows here a little bit. I'm going to talk about Trey's build and Justin's build and Courtney's build. Hopefully you take something from that. And that's what you should be asking that shop owner when you're requesting a set of arrows. Because again, an average arrow is $25 to $28, all built, said and done. If it's done right. And we just did a set for a guy. He was in it. It was $53 an arrow. Ooh. It was all said and done, including
Got to be more careful.
And same dude went to TAC down in Purgatory. He bought 24 arrows, lost 22 of them. $53 a pop. Now again, when you got that kind of money and you're just gonna do it, yeah. I mean, my wallet hurt, and I told him that. But he's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. This is why I want it. And I had to actually question his shooting capability. I was like, you did lose north of 20 arrows. Are you sure your bow's on tune? But again, that's what people are, for the right things, are willing to spend good money. But I don't want them to feel like they're spending good money unnecessarily. That's another thing that we look at with a lot of archers is, what's your actual budget? What can you afford to shoot? And then I'm going out into the ether and figuring out what is the best products I can get for you within your budget to give you the best quality output. Like the whitewater products is one of the better ones out there for the cost. I mean, Courtney, you've been shooting those for almost 2 years now. They're a great arrow. And they're a carbon weave. They've got a really nice slick coating on them. And they're not outrageously expensive. So if you lose them, you're not having heartburn around it, but you're still getting a really high quality product. Now, are they a VAP SS? No. Are they a Easton Axis 4mm? No. But they're a great product. And that's, I think, the other side of it too, is helping people understand you don't have to go overboard with tech. Because again, you'll have the guys that buy the new flagship every single year, and they barely learn to shoot the one they bought last year. They will go buy the $900 sight and throw it on there, and they have no clue how to use it. They'll buy $300 in stabilizers. They have no idea how to balance their bow. And getting people to understand that it's not about the tech. Learn to shoot the bow well first, and then start adding on pieces to make you that much better.
Yeah, now you said something that I've got a big pet peeve with the archery shops about. Like, I'll watch a podcast or watch something on YouTube, and when I was starting to, when I was getting into archery, and then I would go to, so we had 2 shops in South Dakota. So I'd go to the one that I bought my bow from, and he was kind of an older guy. So he was like, I'm not too familiar with that, but I'm going to learn it. And then let me listen to it and I'll figure it out. Yep. So he would help me. But then I go to the other shop and they would just like make me feel little, like, you don't know that already, or no, that you listen to that stuff on YouTube, that'll get you, get you in the weed. You don't even know all that stuff. I'm like, but I'm coming to you with advice. Like, I'm asking you a question, like, please help me. And it's like, I had the best of both the world. I don't say the best of both worlds. I saw the 2 different sides of a good shop and a bad shop. I had one shop, which was my main shop, where you ask questions, they're gonna take the time to help you, point you in the right direction. Because when I went in to buy my bow the first time, I ain't gonna lie to you, I walked straight to the Matthews. I'm like, yep, I know that name. And they was like, have you ever shot a bow before? Nope. Hey, let's put some training wheels on. Let's go look at the Mission. It's still got the Matthews name on it. It's Matthews by Mission, but it's Mission. All right, cool. And I love that bow. And then once I spent a couple years with it, I leveled up. But they held my hand every step of the way. And probably after even 5 years in the game, they were still holding my hand because I would bring all kind of stuff to him. And he was like, oh, look, you don't need to do that. You got to do this, do this, do this. And I love that. But like, a lot of shops make people feel small. And when we had that show last week, I think it was last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, we put that post on TikTok, I didn't realize how many people across the country was having the exact same problem. It's like, these shops, when you ask them questions, you feel like they make you feel like you're bugging them. They want to get you in and out, and no one's really trying to take the time to teach you how to use stuff, especially if you're a new archer. And it's like, that's got to change. And like you said, you're starting to see the shift where people are like, shops are like, all right, we may need to either established shops are starting to change their mind, or guys are getting fed up and say, you know what, I'm going to open up an archery shop and I'm going to provide these services for my customers. And what's going to happen is they're going to push these other shops out.
Well, you look at the really good shops, the people that go there, their loyalty is second to none. Like they will move halfway across country and they will fly back to go work with that bow shop because they've created a relationship. I think that's the biggest difference here is, I could sell you a bunch of crap. I could build you a bunch of arrows and send you out in the field and you're 9 states away. I'd never see you again. That's not what I want. I want people to call me. I want you to come back to me for that type of stuff. One, I love doing it. It's fun for me. I get a kick out of it. It's my way to relax. I mean, that sounds crazy, but it's like tinkering on a car or going outside and working on something that you're trying to fix. It's just, it's a mental release for me. Plus I get to put something cool in your hands. But I think you're going to see a resurgence of people wanting to get into the bow shop because now you're starting to get people that are getting archery that have a little bit of money too. And you piss someone off that has that type of financial capability, to your point, Trey, that's the first thing you're going to do. It's like, all right, okay, let's play that game. And they'll go and do it. And then they'll get all the big brands in there and they will understand the customer and they will absolutely demolish the bow shops around them. I think you're starting to see more bow shops open up, which is cool. Because again, I think the popularity of the sport is starting to grow. And you're starting to see more and more of the competitions on TV. You're seeing more stuff being posted on social media. And I think you're also seeing demographics of people step into it that traditionally were never represented. And not that they weren't into it, they're just never represented. Maybe we'll make this a racial thing. I look at the three of you. 20 years ago, it was unheard of. Women, how many stone cold killers are stepping into this realm that are women? and opening the eyes to
took a
like
crazy video the other day of this chick, and man, she like
Oh, you talking about the one I sent you on TikTok
yeah, dude, she had it was like a axe, and the
with
axe
2
had,
holes in it?
and she shot with a recurve. She shot that arrow through that hole, through that axe. That hole was probably like this small.
Mhm.
Now I don't know if it's real or not.
No, I mean, you saw the arrow go through there. Like the
It
camera's literally right there. So what she did at first, there was a bigger hole in the axe. So some asshole was like, I bet you can't shoot it through the smaller one. She was like, hold my beer. Bow. I couldn't believe it. Like, and it was at least 25 yards too. She wasn't standing right in front of it. I told Trey, I'm like, I don't even know how you could see the hole. Like, I had to find that video. It was nuts.
So that's called the Odysseus shot. So if you've ever read I'm a huge mythology nerd.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Weird.
Homer.
Weird. Yeah, so that's the Odysseus shot, and it's but that's the same chick that was shooting like Tylenol tablets. She was shooting water drops. The skill set of some of these individuals that have stepped into it and absolutely embraced form and perfecting it is insane. And to me, that opens it up. So then you look at like just let's say movies and media in general. Look at when Brave came out. How many little girls across the country all of a sudden saw the mother-daughter story and this very powerful young girl that is an archer and loves archery? How did that catapult? And how many people that catapulted into that realm? The Olympics being more widely showcased for archery. I mean, our sport is growing so fast. I'm not sure we even realize how fast it's growing. And I hope it keeps growing. I hope we start seeing more school programs. And if my wife had a perfect choice, she would never let my son play football. I obviously am not on that path. But if she could, he would just do archery. He would do track. And that would be a perfect environment for her. But yeah,
get him in baseball. That's where the money at. Get him in baseball. Low chance of injury. That's where I'm at. Because I hope my son don't want to play football too. I'm right there with you, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm right there. I'm with her on that one. Boy,
I'm good with one season for the sport. One season for the sport. No baseball, no hockey, no lacrosse. Because then it's like a year-round thing. And you watch some of these kids in these travel teams. My friends have like 13, 14-year-old boys. Like I look at them and they're like, I don't have a life. My life is baseball. Nothing wrong with that. Obviously, if that's what your kid loves,
basketball is the worst too. Like all that traveling, they going like playing nationwide games. Like AAU has really like changed the face of sports, and I don't know if it's for the better, but I just want to do baseball and like hope he don't want to play football. That's it.
AAU has killed high school basketball. It's killed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because none of your good kids, your blue chips, they're not playing high school ball. It's like for what? Play with a bunch of scrubs so I can play on a team with 4 of the killers. I'm
right.
And travel baseball is killed rec league baseball.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
You're playing on daddy's team. You don't want to go play rec league no more.
Right. But I want to circle back to something we was just kind of talking about, right? Like this is one of those cases where like, thank God for the internet, because like, I know the internet is the butt end of the joke a lot of the times, like for all the negative stuff. But like we were able to connect, C-Will, myself, even you, like all of us on here, thanks to the internet. You know what I mean? And like you said, like 20 years ago, it was unheard of. Like it's not really unheard. It was just unheard of because there was nobody covering it and nobody talking about it. There was no social media. But like me, I got into archery because my 2 of my uncles, like they just wanted to hunt longer. They both had bows when I was coming up. One was left-handed, one was right-handed. They were shooting aluminum arrows, like an old ass bow of some kind. Like I still got it, like in Virginia. Like I'll have to grab it one time and see like actually what it is. But like, and like in the South, like where I'm from, like I thought it was normal. Everybody hunted and everybody did that. But then when you look on TV, you don't see the same representation. So like it was fortunate that I grew up where I did. But like we've always been doing this. It's just like there was no way. And now everybody can have a voice and we can all like represent ourselves and to the positive ways. There's so much that you can do. Cause like I said, this show right now that we on wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for that. So like I love highlighting like the positive sides and the impacts and things you could do because of technology.
Well, and then what it does for young people, right? Like how many sports require the level of focus the level of self-control, the level of consistency that archery requires. For kids that are dude, no, not baseball.
Baseball.
Hey,
You ever try to hit a fastball?
don't talk about. You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
I've been hit by a fastball. I'm not sure I can hit one.
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but like that, like that's the type of thing that is so, I think, attractive for a lot of people. And it doesn't have to be hyper expensive. We'll kind of circle back to that again over and over. It doesn't have to be hyper expensive to do this sport either. But yeah, I think the exposure is really helping it grow, and I think more and more people are getting into it. And I pray it continues to grow, leaps and bounds.
Yeah, me too. Same. I think we all feel the same way on it from that. So if somebody's considering purchasing like some arrows or whatever the case may be, and let's say they listen to this podcast, they listen to this show, and they say, okay, let me go check out this guy Ullr's and see what he's talking about here.
Sure.
What should a new customer expect from Ullr's Archery? Like what should they expect coming if they go to your website or whatever to get in contact with you?
So you jump to the website, you can just go to the custom build. I've got 3 different ways you can do your custom build. I can do a full custom build, which all 3 of you have experienced, where it's completely customized wrap art. It's color combinations, it's cut square. We're picking various types of products, whether it's Victory, Black Eagle, Gold Tip, whatever your flavor is. And again, when you have a budget, I'll help you find the best quality product for what we can fit within that budget to put you in the field and make it effective. But you'll just fill out your custom form. So it's a lot of piece of information. Most of it you can do at home, or you should have written down. And if you don't have it, jump over to your bow shop and tell them this is what I'm looking to do. They'll get you all those pieces of information. And for the archers that are really needing to take it a step further, like if you're needing sight tapes, things like that, I can ask for a couple more pieces of information. It'll help really hone it in. But once I have that form submitted to me, my commitment is to get back to you within 2 business days. And it's usually with a phone call. I want to talk to you. I want to walk through, did you understand what these measurements were? If you didn't, here's how you get them. Again, it is personal because it does take a lot of data to do this. And I want to make it perfect. So once we have that information, then if it's a design idea, and again, you guys have seen it, I loved it, I get a kick out of it. Give me some design cues and I'll design you wraps that are yours. Now, some people don't like wraps, and that's totally fine. I use it for a lot of reasons. I'm getting old. It's easier to see with my eyes, helps protect the arrow. If you blow a fletch, you don't have something directly connected to the carbon. So when you go to scrape it off, you don't damage the arrow. Some of them can be reflective. Branding for our companies, and our logos are all over it. So there's a lot of different reasons for it. But again, whatever your flavor, I'll make it work. And then at the end of it, we sit down and we'll cover all the details again, make sure everything's 100% perfect, and then get it ordered. I'll build it and I'll ship them out to you. Now, typically, I'm also following up to see how they're shooting, because one of the lost arts and things that they just don't teach is noctuning. There's some arrows that you just don't need to knock tune. They're just built that well. There's others that you start going down, not that they're low quality, they're just a different level of arrow. You need to knock tune it. Just walk them through how to do that. Again, or point them to YouTube videos if I can't find a way to connect with them. I've done some where I've actually FaceTimed with people and had them put the FaceTime behind them so I can watch them shoot and see how the arrow's flying out of there, and told them the knock needs to do a quarter turn to the right on arrows 1 and 5, and then boom, they're right back in the game. And again, it goes right back to me of, did I impart a piece of knowledge with you and leave you with something that you can then continue to use over and over? But we've got the semi-custom builds where there's just a few options. We've got the War Party Ranch. That's one nonprofit I'm a huge supporter of. A lot of us are huge supporters of. They take missing and endangered Indigenous women and give them a second shot at life, a second shot at a chance to do something different. So when you order the War Party Ranch arrows, a portion of that build actually gets donated to that 501c3 down in Kiowa. So finding different ways to engage in the community is important. And then, like I said, then you got the full custom build, and that takes a little bit to fill out, but it's all the information I'll need.
And once you get that information, for the people again curious, what is your typical lead time, turnaround time like for something like that?
As long as I've got the parts in play, it's usually about 2 weeks. The biggest thing is just the wraps, like especially if you're doing custom artwork, because I have to design it. I'm usually having you approve it a couple of different times, so I'm sending it off to the production facility. They get it back to me in about a week. If it's a very, very niche line of arrows. He'll say it's like it is the VAP SS's. If my supplier has them in stock, I can usually get them in 2 to 3 days. If I can't, then it's back ordering. It's whenever they come in. So you start getting into the higher level, the higher dollar value equipment. Lead time can be a little bit longer, but I'll always be upfront about that before we even get to the payment portion of the build.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then things that I do for it as well as little things. Squaring an arrow. For those that don't know what squaring an arrow is, if you are building arrows, they have to be cut. And when you make a cut, it's not perfect. It's not perfectly square. So when you got to put your insert in, it's not balanced. So you got to spin test your arrow and it'll have a wobble to it. It's something we do on every single build, both front and back end of the arrows. We square them up. We want to make sure everything fit and finish is perfect. When the arrows are done, we always wipe them down with a silicone-based wipe just to put a nice frictionless coating on them. Unless it's like, a lot of the Victory products already have that slick coat on there. But we're always just taking it one step further. It doesn't cost me hardly anything to do it. It's just one more thing you're getting when your arrows come out to know that there's really been attention to detail put into it. And it's something that is truly about you when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
So like
it's go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. Just real quick. Like, it's funny you say that, like you do one step further and one little thing. Like, the thing that I really appreciated like about it, I didn't know, like, I've had some like more high dollar arrows before, but they didn't come with field points, right? You asked about the field point weights, and when yours came, they actually had field points installed. I was already ready to go. So now I have like a dozen or so extra ones, like because I went and bought them thinking that I was going to have to use them, but they come already with field points that are part of the system.
Mm-hmm. And I've done some where people say, hey, can you just source me the components? I do want to build them myself, but I'll pay you to run the calculations and tell me how to build it. I've had several people do that, and that's totally fine. And then again, now curious me, I'm following up with them. How'd the build go? Did everything make sense? Did you need any help? What more can I be as a resource? Because again, ultimately, even though it's not my hands building it, it's my reputation. And I've learned painfully a couple times, reputation, it takes a long time to build and a very, very short amount of time to demolish. And I've had a couple of those. I had to learn very painfully. I think with any business, you do that. But it's always trying to find a way to make it 100% right for people. And that's always the commitment that I place out there for it.
Yeah. I think I was the first one of the three that actually ordered arrows from you. Mm-hmm. I just got a question. Am I the cheapest person that you've ever dealt with?
No, actually, no.
Because I feel like I am, dog. Because I was asking you 1,000,000 questions like every day. I said, I'm getting on this man's nerves. I know,
dude. But the funny part, did I ever not answer the phone?
You always answer because
it was. Always. And I got a kick out of it because it's like, all right, yeah, lay them on. Keep giving me the questions. This is fun. And no, you are not the cheapest. I had, and it wasn't for the lack of the ability to go down that path, but I had a guy that he wanted to shoot. He wanted to get arrows. He wanted something that was built for his bow, but his budget was like $100. And I was like, all right, give me a couple of days. And I found some sourced arrows. It was something that they had turned them back in. There was no damage to them. They just weren't in the pack. Like, I can find ways to make this really economical. And we got it for a set of 12 with okay components for under $100. Now, again, it took a little bit to do it. And I told him I would do it because I kind of understood his situation. It was something to just kind of hits your heart. Where you're like, I got you. I know how important this is to you. I will find a way to get you back in the field. And now, obviously, he's in a better spot. And he went and bought a brand new set of the LRPs, and they're fantastic arrows, and he loves them. But I think having that humility as well to understand someone's situation, you never know what someone's battle is on the other end of the phone. And even if it's something, like I said, that one extra step, there's just something little I can do. And sticker for your kid, I'll do that all day long because it's one more way that you know that I'm not just trying to make money off of you, that I really do enjoy this.
I know, Dustin, working with you allowed me made me realize that my bow was way out of tune. One, for the last 3 years, if you would have asked me, hey, how much weight you pulling? I'd have told you, oh man, I'm pulling 75, because I took my bow to the shop and I said, hey, I need my bow turned up to 75. And I told him what I needed done to it. So when he gave it back to me, he's like, yeah, you're shooting is 75. But you never think to check. Oh,
Yeah.
they did it. So I'm just shooting, in. You send me my arrows, and I told you, I'm pulling 75 pounds, and they flying all kinds of wrong. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the shop and actually check. So
Right.
I go, and the guy's wife was there. So she goes, oh, you're at 55 pounds. 55.
Your arrows were so overspined at 55. And I'm like, I'm racking my brain. Like, I went through the calculations like 9 times. Like, what did I miss? How did I screw this up? And then you told me 55. I was like, oh, well, that makes complete sense. And then literally tuned it right back up. And but like, for the people on the call that have never experienced that, you can over and under spine an arrow pretty quick.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of guys, guys and gals, I'll just go look at the chart and say, oh, here's my poundage, here's what my draw length is, and here's what my arrow spine should be. That gets you close, but it's not accurate. I mean, your reality, because you were what, the 250s, Trey?
250s.
Realistically, your 250 is actually like a 168 spine by the time we cut it down and put all the weight on it. So it's way stiffer than you realize. But at 55, an overly stiff arrow doesn't flex appropriately out of the bow. And then if it's overspined, you get a left drift because you're right-handed. There should be a left drift on that. And
every time I was like, what's going on?
And there's no amount of rest adjustments. There's no amount of sight. You can't fix that.
Nope.
And that's why I encourage people, like, dude, if that's the money you got, go buy the arrows and shoot. Go shoot. But if you got the time, go and have someone measure it and understand what that spine should be. And then ask them to build your arrows because you have a much better result. And you don't have to be 100% accurate. You can get pretty damn close. And most archers, and this is not a knock on any archer, most archers in the world would never know the difference between a slightly stiff and a slightly weak spine. You would never be able to tell because you're never putting the arrow in a situation where those flaws and those differences really start to shine. Really, for most people, it's 40 yards and beyond. You'll start to see that change. But you had a 20-pound difference in poundage. That was evident even at 10 yards how off
it was bad. It was bad. And then once I got my bow to 75 pounds, when I pulled back on, I'm like, oh, this is 75 pounds. Like, this is what it feel like. And so, like, even like with my little brother now, I'm like, hey, dude, you need to like really, because he's getting serious in archery. I'm like, you got to know your equipment. Because like up until a couple weeks ago, he's pulling an 80-pound bow and he's shooting 400 spine arrows. I'm like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Way under spine at 80.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But he's one of those guys where he's like, he don't take no consideration to his arrows. He'll go to academy and they got the little box of arrows, and he'll just grab whatever, put his field points in, and he on his way. And I'm like,
now
the academy and arrows should never go together. Period.
Well, and the stupid part about that,
child, like
there's people that have done that for 50 years and have killed way more deer than we ever will. So I don't necessarily want to knock it, but there really is something to be said about having a worthwhile discussion.
I don't sell arrows, so I'll knock it for you. That's not good advice. That's terrible. Don't do it. You sell arrows, you got a reputation. I'll take the hit for you. This is Mr. J Cam. Don't do that shit. Like, no. Like we talked about this on the show before, like people that don't know no better just going to Amazon and grabbing whatever and trying to go out there in the woods and piece it together. But I feel like the only reason like people end up doing something like that is because they try and go to a bow shop, and like we talked about earlier, not to keep beating this horse, is that the experience wasn't what they thought it was. So they try and learn, Google, research, and just trial by fire. Basically, you got to like figure it out until it start working for you. And it shouldn't be like that though. But unfortunately, I think that happens to a lot of people. And that's like part of the reason why we do shows like this and talk to people. Because like you said, we're not experts. It's just like, yo, there's a better way out there. Like you don't have to struggle through that. Like,
right.
Well, and watching people try and self-tune their bow, like when they go buy a new sight, you get the person that reads the new archery article and goes and gets the Ultra View and throws it on their bow, but has no clue how to tune it in. So they start doing micro adjustments off the bat rather than you tune your rest, make sure that's perfect. Then you macro tune your sight. Then you micro tune your sight. But the concept and understanding of how to do that is just not there. And most bow shops don't have the time to teach you to do that either. You may get that one guy that takes the time and spends it. Like I just did it this last weekend with a couple of guys I met at a shoot over in Loveland. He wanted a new sight. He wanted to go from a fix to a slider, and it was like a 2-hour process. And he ended up buying me a bottle of whiskey. We hung out and just like that's what it should be. I mean, if I had a perfect archer world, that's how we do it.
For sure.
Time for that.
Yeah, I went to one shop where if you bought something from him, he'll spend all day with you. But you better not walk into a shop with something you bought either on Amazon or at another shop. Oh, he had no time for you.
He ain't like that, huh? He had a whole attitude or whatever.
He gonna charge you till you do anything. If he gotta touch it, he gonna charge you. So it's like, yeah, if you'd have bought it from me, man, I'd have gave you free lessons. I'd have tuned it for you and everything. But you went down the street.
Those are the same shop that too. That 10 years down the road, they'll pull a receipt and say, "Yeah, Dustin, you bought this bow here. I got you. Don't even worry about it. I'll do everything else for you." They'll throw in a new peep. They'll give you a new D loop at no cost. And to me, that's what a bow shop should be.
Yep, that's how Kim was at Archery Outfitters. Like, if you bought a bow from him, as you got free service for life of that bow. So
yeah,
like if you wanted new strings, you pay for the strings, but he put them on for free. Every year, take it in and get a tune up, just cleaned up and everything. It was all free. Like that's perfect.
Absolutely.
And you don't see that from a lot of shops. Now it's like they charge you for everything. Like I got buzzed down in Shreveport, Louisiana. I ain't gonna say the name of the shop, but in Shreveport, Louisiana, I got buzzed down for $180 to get my peep sight put in and for him to change the weight on my bow. $180 got buzzed down. I still got the receipt.
All right, as for the people that may not know what bust down mean, give it to them in plain English.
Oh,
You gotta say the shop name. Tell them what you really saying. I want them to understand this.
Oh, I got screwed. He screwed me.
Yeah, I can feel the heat in my face right now. Just like you can start getting red. Oh, that shit pisses me off.
I got charged $180 to put a peep sight in, and he just basically
They lucky. They lucky it's more than 3. They lucky it's more than 3 because I was gonna start naming them if it was only 2. I was gonna name them because that's how bad that pissed me off. They lucky it's more bow shops in Bossier City and Shreveport than I thought because I was gonna start naming names. That's ridiculous right there. Like, come on, fam. 180?
Oh, man.
180.
I think I know who you're talking about.
No, that's crazy, bro. Like that is ridiculous. And it's a mattress. You got modules on your boats. You should have the V3, right?
Yep.
Oh, come on, fam. Like that's out of line.
Bro.
Well, and then the sheer amount of bad advice that's out there too. The one that I'm gonna call out. And dude, if you're gonna blast me on Instagram, blast me on Instagram, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell you you're fucking lazy. The guy that was telling him he tunes his broadheads 2 inches below his field points. I thought my head was going.
So I saw that on Archery Talk.
Yeah, he saw it on Archery Talk.
I got that from Archery Talk in the forum. I was like, what? I put the link up in the chat, and he was so serious. So I started asking him some questions, and he does that. He says, and it's been working for him. He said he's been doing it like 10, 15 years. I was like, hey man, do your thing, but not me.
If it works, it works. But to me, that's lazy. Tell me you don't know your equipment. And 3,
lazy, crazy. It's a bunch of things.
You've not understood what you're hunting. If you were trying to compensate for the drop on a deer by misaligning your bow sight on where the impact point is going to be, there are 100 other factors that are going to affect that rather than your 2-inch gap. Learn to shoot the drop. Learn to pick a place on the deer that's going to hit. And again, it's not fucking rocket science, but go spend the time with that. And again, if to the dude that posts that, if you see this podcast, I am more than happy to have a real conversation with you. I will not blast you. I just want to understand because my head just went.
But the part that surprised me the most about that was when Trey and C. Will named some other relatively popular people that said, yeah, they do that too. They heard it on TV before.
Say it, because he made a YouTube video. Michael Waddell says he does it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael Waddell,
God.
one of them.
And T-Bone, apparently.
And T-Bone,
I wasn't gonna say their name, but yeah.
They put it out there.
Right.
They made videos about it, so they're spreading the word.
So I
I
thought it
just,
was new to me. They looked at me like, "Oh yeah, I heard this before from Bone Collector." I was like, "What?" I was like you. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, like broadhead
everybody
tuning
got
is
that
probably one of the most difficult things to learn to do.
It's hard.
And-
I hate it.
And especially like for us that are out here in Colorado, Western big game, 80-yard shots, not unrealistic. And your tune, it becomes so evident how good or how bad your tune is at that distance.
Once you
I
get
got a
past
friend,
like 40,
Levi Heilman. If you guys do not follow Levi Heilman and Western Hunt Fest, follow them. He's got a series of videos. He is a stone cold fucking killer. But he's probably one of the most tactical archers I've ever met, and he can articulate things to you. Watch his episode on broadhead tuning. I could talk about it. I would leave that one to Levi. That is one of the most informative 5 minutes of my life. And most of his videos are like that. He wins almost every tournament I've ever been to with him. He's hands on one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and just insane archery intelligence. But that's a difficult thing to do. And if people tell you it's easy, either they're lying to you or they're a pro. And there's
That
no
or-
in between.
or they just got lucky. Like,
Yeah,
beginner's
and that's
luck
okay.
or something. You guys just have
Yeah.
blind luck or something. But
Right.
like,
But yeah, I just that whole 2-inch thing, I was like, that makes zero sense.
I couldn't believe
And-
it either when he said it. I was like, "What?"
And I think as a new archer, that's the hardest part is when you get on YouTube or Instagram and you're watching guys trying to discern like what's like good information and what's bad information, because there's a whole lot of bad information out there. And if you're new to archery, you don't know no better. Like, oh, this guy got a YouTube video. He has X amount of followers. He knows what he's talking about. Not necessarily.
That's
I
not
think
always
that
the case.
screws a lot of new archers up. You know, I think we talked about that before. Like, you're getting information from this person, this person, this person. So when you do go out there and the deer does come, you got so much stuff in your mind that you end up missing a deer, because it's like, well, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? It's like you're thinking too much.
Mm-hmm. And overthinking the shot. I mean, that's a real thing. I mean, it doesn't matter what method of take that you're using. You can overthink the shot real quick. And you see a lot of archers. You see a lot of long distance rifle shoot. I mean, let's be real. I'm not going to lie to you. I fucked up a 200-yard shot because my dumb ass turned my turret and wasn't thinking and didn't turn it back on a mule deer. Yeah, idiot. But I know my mistake.
happens,
I'm willing to
though.
admit
It
it.
happens.
But
It happens.
like overthinking the shot, overthinking the scenario. I mean, keep it simple. And I think a lot of hunters they forget that. Joe Giglia from Elk Bros. If you've ever talked with that man, dude, he is so much fun to chat with.
Coach, man. Shout out to Coach, man. What a guy.
You want to talk about
What
a guy
a
that
guy.
doesn't make you feel like an idiot? Coach
What
Joe
a guy.
he can talk to you about anything, and he can help diagnose it. He can help put you in a scenario where you feel comfortable practicing it, but then he'll ask you how it's going. I hadn't seen Joe for like a year, and I saw him at Mile High Hunt and Fish Expo, and he goes, how's your elk bugling going? I was like, it's getting better. And he goes, well, let's hear it. Maybe do it in front of him. But it was fun to see that, like, those are the people that you want in the archery industry. Those are the people I wish I could put every new archer in front of, every new hunter, because like that's the feel good you want.
And it's like
browbeat you.
The thing like with Joe, like he make it so simple, like it's so easy, and he just got like this calm voice, like where it's just like, I don't know, it's like watching like Bob Ross paint but make it archery. Like it's so like I'm for real, like it's different. Like I've come across podcasts, but like as soon as I found out about that was one of the very few, I went all the way back to episode 1 and read them back through. Like super good people, man. Like shout out to Coach, man. Love him.
He's a good dude. But yeah, and I think that's the people you meet in this industry, right? And again, we've the 4 guys on this call. And I enjoy spending time with you guys because one, I love talking with y'all. I love just being able to chat. There's so much more to it than the arrows you got. It's a connection. It's a culture. It's a tribe. I mean, if you have to bring it down to it, it's it's a fucking tribe, and we're all a part of it.
No, for sure. It's archery, man. It's like I think I heard this from George's Boy Outdoors. I think he was like, if you're looking for a place like and you need to find somewhere to belong, give archery like in the outdoors a try, because like the archery community is like so much different. Like, and he wasn't wrong at all. It's amazing. Like we don't even just talk all about archery. Like, you know, like you've checked on me like with personal stuff I had going on more than some people I've known for 20 years. Like and vice versa. And I like it's crazy. Like I just love this place. I love it here, man. But I just want to ask you one more question while we got you on here. Everybody is not, we've talked about the archery shops and all of that stuff, obviously. So everybody is not on the same wavelength when it comes to the customer service and all that. How has your competitors in the industry as a whole like reacted to you as a small business coming in and trying to change the game up? Like, how has that been for you?
To be honest, I've not had a lot of pushback. I've had a lot of people applaud me. I've had several arrow builders from all over the country reach out and say, hey, what are you doing different? What about this is helping you gain customers? I mean, again, there are so many archers out there. There's a massive sandbox to play in. And I'm happy. I love having those discussions because it's like, look, I'm probably never going to touch the customer base that you're associated with in Southern California. That's not my demographic of hunters that follow me. That's not the geographic region that people see my content. So what does it harm me to give you a little bit of help? I've only had one negative response from an archery company, and it was because they thought I'd stolen a customer from them. It came down to customer service. The guy called me, I picked up the phone, and the guy canceled his order with that other company the next day because he just wasn't picking up. And the open and honest discussion I had was, I mean, you're busy. You're doing 50, 60 builds a week. I mean, the expectation isn't that you're going to be next day service or even single phone call for that, but you just gotta let people know. It may take me a few days to get back to you. And this guy needed arrows. He was going on a hunt and happened to have had an accident where he fell on his bow and cracked his arrows. And I could turn it around in 2 days. And again, we had to get kind of creative, but I think the industry as a whole is starting to shift towards that. You're starting to see a lot more custom archery equipment.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Mondo. And so my bow hitch. He sent us 2 bow hitches, one for me, one for Adam. It has our logo on it. It's got our ruins, and then it's got a quote that Adam. It was one of the very first quotes that Adam told me when he took me hunting the first time. He said, "Remember this. It's important. Live by this." And one of those quotes we have on our bows now. But like that type of customization is important to people. It makes them feel like it's way more connected. You guys have had the Rut holster guys on there. Chance did a Rut holster for my 1911. I put it in a place where I can connect it to my bino harness. Again, is it really any different than those other holsters? No, but it made me feel good about it. And I think archeries, especially arrows, are going down that path. You want to stick out. And you start going to tacks. How many other people have similar looking arrows than
a bunch? Oh, no, then you know. Me, no.
Not well, they better not have the same arrows as you do. We're going to have a chat. But like you start going to an event and people that use green, yellow fletch on everything, or they want the watermelon color. It just helps you stand out a little bit. And especially for people that are trying to build a brand. I mean, all 3 of you have those for a reason. And I hope people ask you about them.
All the
Your
time.
name is front and center right on that arrow. And that's a cool thing for people that are getting in the industry. Or maybe it is something that means something to them. One of the gentlemen I did an arrows for, he wanted a Bible quote on there. And I couldn't do the whole quote because the scripture is really small, but it was the verse in the Psalm. And to him,
awesome.
It was something that he lived by. And that's something he's always said before he goes in the wood. And it's a constant reminder. We talked about lost loved ones, a hunting friend, a hunting buddy, a granddad. And it's something that's with you in the woods when you're doing it. And it's something as simple as having that, giving you the confidence to go and do what you do. And that can be a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I've started combing through the TikTok streets, and one thing I've noticed, especially with the younger archers, there's a ton of cats making arrows. I'm talking, I think I come across 15, 20 cats a week just making arrows, and it's or more, and it's because guys, they want this customization. They want to have the bright color. That's what I see with the younger guys. They want the bright neon, crazy color arrows and the wild looking wraps.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I know guys that they got different rap for every arrow, or they got 4 or 5 different sets of arrows, all kind of different raps, and it is like that's the wave. And
Well, even down to
TikTok is
tactical.
a different place.
Oh,
Sure.
I will not even step in the TikTok realm with archery because I'm just like,
You should
look,
though. Like honestly, like I was like kind of because Trey over there been preaching TikTok, 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 and then he finally
Yeah.
got me, and it's been like probably the most supportive and like engaging community that we are a part of. Like
Big
I'm like, damn,
facts.
we should have done this a lot sooner. Honestly, like we have so
Yeah,
many
that's-
dope conversation, dope people. There's so many brands like, hey, I make these broadheads, I do this. This is dope that y'all are talking about this. Like even with the archery shop, yeah, it was some people mad, but like it was several archery shops like, yo, we started our own archery shop. We here because we don't like people that do that. We do it the right way. Y'all come check us out if you ever hear, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like TikTok has been like, I was at first, but if you ain't on the TikTok, you should definitely get over there and be ready for the expansion that's going to come because they show love on TikTok big time.
All right.
Big time.
and they be buying my t-shirts.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, I think that's one of the big things. Like, if I could have the apparel take off, what that would do for the company.
Man,
I mean, I look at
Now,
companies
they
like
show love on
Blackbird.
TikTok. They like send money.
All
They
right.
like send you buy stuff. Like he convinced me. Like I was against it for a long time, but it's one of my favorite. How many times did I call you just today about something that was on TikTok, Trey?
4 or 5 times.
Like every time, like I'll be like, yo, I'll talk to you later. Yo, I open TikTok. Oh, you see this? You're like, no, send it to me. Like we do
So,
that
like,
so many times.
that's what I don't
It's
want to get
crazy.
sucked into. I'm so scatterbrained unless I'm working on something like this that like
The
I would lose
content is good.
complete
Like the
control
archery
of it.
community on TikTok is the best social media network out there. It's kicking Instagram back in easily.
All right.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
need
people
probably
say it,
for some
though.
help with getting the old TikToks.
In the live,
chain going.
like if you
And-
go, like if you do lives, you gotta be productive. There are a lot of guys that get on there, and especially with the younger guys, they'll be on live for 8 hours. I ain't got that kind of time with it. 8 hours and just doing arrow builds, but they not talking to the camera. They just sitting there at the desk with the camera and they're doing arrow builds, and people are asking them questions and stuff, and it's pretty dope. So if you do a live and you do an arrow build, and like remember how we did on my show where you was going through it, if you do that on TikTok, man,
Yeah.
cats be sending they send money.
You're
I
out of there.
Live for
I said he's out of there if you do that on TikTok. He's out of here.
I don't even have to take my clothes off to earn money.
Nope.
What is this?
No.
I went live for like 30 minutes and made like $200. And I wasn't talking about me and my brother weren't talking about nothing but sports.
And they got
All
the
right.
TikTok shop over there. So like you can put your products over there. And like they will buy it right from TikTok. Like I like I said, I really wish we would have started a long time ago with that. Like
All right, now you got me convinced. I'm TikTok.
But here's the kicker though. You gotta follow and engage with archery pages or outdoor pages. Otherwise, they're gonna have you in a whole nother world. And you don't want to
no lie. It took me a while. I'm home now. I got there. But at first I was like, Trey, are you sure? He was like, just keep at it.
Yeah, you're gonna be over with cooking with Kaya. It's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild at
work at some point.
All right, man. Dustin, one more question before we let you go. If you could give somebody just one tip to improve their accuracy and to become a better archer, what would it be? And can you tell us why?
Don't be afraid to shoot at 10. I think there's this whole ego thing of if I'm gonna start shooting or if I'm changing something on my setup, don't be afraid to shoot at 10. You're gonna learn a lot shooting at 10, and then tune by stepping back 5 yards each time, and just continue to tune in that manner and adjust your sights. Everyone gets in there and tries to shoot at 20. There's a lot of stuff that happens between 0 and 10 yards that you may or may not see. If you're not comfortable shooting at 10, have a bow shop tech or another shooter just watch you. They'll help you diagnose some stuff pretty quick. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to ask questions. You have 4 resources right here that if we didn't know it, I'll guarantee you we know somebody that does, and we'll find it for you. And it goes right back to what this community is about. It's not self-serving. It's something where we want to see people succeed. I want to see you post that monster Kentucky buck that is 60 pounds because that's cool to me. And it's it's something that there was a connection, and I know how important that was to you. Versus, I'm going to show you my last 9 years of tags and be really proud of that because I took my bow for a hike. But the community's there, and it's not hard to access. And people like us are open and honest and have that discussion. And we'll give you as many tips as we can. And don't be afraid to come hang out with us. We love it. And the bigger we can grow this, the better it is for all.
Oh yeah, I had a fellow customer. I call him Milky Way because he worked at this little ice cream shop called Milky Way. But
all I can think of is
oh my goodness! I'm glad you cleaned that up, boy.
But he was a 6-year-old cat. He is now he's 17, but he worked at the Milky Way. It was his first job, and he came in a couple times. And he was like, "When I get my first check, I'm coming in here." I'm like, "All right, cool, I got you, bro." He came in with his first paycheck, and they paying pretty good at Milky Way. I was gonna think about going over there and give me a little side job. But his check was like $1,200. And first thing he wanted to do, I wanted Matthews, man, but he's never shot archery before. So I tried to talk him into something different, but he didn't want to do that. Long story short, he ended up buying the Matthews. Then he didn't want to buy the accessories from the shop. So he left, came back the next day. He had UV sight. He had the UV button. I think it was a Q80 drop away. Then he went and bought like 3 dozen full metal jackets. So, but we put it all on the bow for him. And going back to what you're saying, don't be afraid to shoot 10 yards. Hey, dude, you've never shot a bow before. Let's start at 10 and work the way back. Nope, I just spent over $1,800 on a setup. I want to shoot 80 yards.
There's an ego check to that I just don't understand. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because I'll guarantee you that half hour you spend at 10 yards will do more for you at 80 than any other thing you could do between those two distances.
Yep.
And it's an ego thing. And it's like with any sport, you're going to get the people that, well, I spent the money for it. It should be perfect.
Yep.
That's not how this works.
Yeah,
and the more expensive it gets, the more detailed it takes to get it to that point. And I think people just don't have a concept of that. So
he had no idea. And he just he just grabbed the sight tape, didn't realize that there are different sight tapes. So he just slapped one on the bow. I'm trying to tell him, but he's like, dude, look, I spent the money. This is what the people at Shields told me I need to do. So, it's like, you know what? A hard head make a soft behind. So, you know what? I'm going to let you do it.
Steal that. That's good.
You got it, bro.
I'm going to let you do it. So while I was watching him, he was shooting at 10 and he was all over the place. As soon as I go to the bathroom and come back, he outside. Oops. All right. So I stand on the deck and watch him shoot. He's shooting at the 80-yard target. One, bro, you got string bean arms, so you can't pull. He had somebody turn the bow up to, I think it was like 72 pounds. He's sky drawing.
You can't help that.
Arrow was just flying. I mean, going into the pond. So he ended up going through all his full metal jackets. Came into the shop, bought another dozen, lost them, and then came back and was mad at us because his bow wasn't shooting right. And I was like, well, if we start with the basics, you'll be all right. He ended up going to a different shop, and they ended up telling him the exact same thing. But it's like, dude, check your ego at the door, bro. Don't be afraid to shoot at 10. Yeah, you spent a lot of money on your equipment, but you don't know nothing about archery at all. But
one additional point with that. You don't need to shoot 70.
Nope.
Go get comfortable at 60. Get comfortable at 55. I know a lot of people that hunt at 55, and they have killed way more than I have at 72. They are better archers. They're more consistent. Their anchoring point is always perfect. Their form is perfect. I think the other thing guys and gals don't realize with this ego trip you get, there's also a pretty serious risk of physical damage. You start pulling on a 75-pound bow, you can tear muscles in your shoulder. You can dislocate things. You can strain muscles in your neck. You can get nerve damage. Like if you're not training for this, I mean, it's one thing I'm trying to impose upon a lot of younger shooters is go and physically train for the poundage you want to shoot. And if you can't pull that weight consistently, don't shoot it. Go down. There's no one that's going to make fun of you for shooting 66 pounds when your buddy just shoots 72. You're kicking their ass and dropping it in the 12 ring all day long.
Nobody will know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't even have to tell them.
No one will know if
Nobody
you
will know.
if you're shooting
What's your draw with? I don't know.
70. They gonna know.
Yeah.
They not gonna know.
I'm not going to look at your mod to see if you were telling me the truth. Like, I'm not going to take it. I don't care that much.
It ain't that serious.
Like, I don't care that much at all. And also, like, when you get tired, please stop shooting. Don't try and force the issue and keep going. Just stop. That's really when you let it go. Like, bad habits and injuries can really catch up with you. So
I mean, one of the best training things I've done for myself, especially as I get closer to like 3 weeks out to hunt season, is I'll go take cold shots. I'll walk out at 7 a.m., take one shot, put my bow down. Come back at like 9, step outside, take a shot, put the bow down. And I'm trying to diagnose, like, was my form correct? If I do everything up to that point that I release it, I should be in a good spot. But that does more for you than 100 arrows. Now, am I guilty of shooting 100 arrows in a day? Yeah, but I do them. I shoot 10 times. I've got the blessing of working at home, so I can step out back and shoot 10 arrows and come inside and continue emails. Not a lot of people have that. That's an easy way to get really comfortable with your bow in a situation where you're going to be put under the ultimate pressure to make a shot. If you can consistently run your cold shot all day long, and then you start throwing in things like taking your cold shot from one knee, taking your cold shot from crisscross applesauce, leaning out. You can start throwing factors into it that help you get to be a better archer without fundamentally really having to change your routine of how you shoot. It's one arrow. Change distances. The other thing is people shoot at the same fucking distance all day long. Shoot at 52, then jump to like 36. Like, change those distances. Don't get so comfortable. And little things like that you can do in your backyard, and it doesn't cost you a dime to do.
And to add to what Dustin just said, learn to gap shoot. Trey and I were talking about it earlier today. Yep. Like, yeah, you might have ranged that deer at 25. What if he takes a few steps inward? Do you know where your 25-yard pin is going to impact if he comes closer? What if he steps back out to 30? Like, are you able to do that if you have only one pin available and you can't dial your sight and move it?
Right.
And practice is free. Like, you might miss. The worst case, you might hit something, break, or lose an arrow. But when the time comes, you'll be glad that you did it.
Yep.
It's just little things. Little things. I mean, it's like with any sport, right? It's the little details that you practice over and over again that ultimately define your performance when the time comes. So, I mean, just simple stuff. And if you're watching this podcast and you need tips like that, call us. I'll give you my shot routine. I had no harm in that. Hopefully you become a better shooter than I am. Hopefully it serves you better than I did. And if you do, send me the photos to make me feel better about myself when I smoke one over the target and lose my $40 arrow.
Absolutely, man. Well, I know it's getting late over there on the East Coast. Dustin, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. But again, like I said, thank you so much for joining us. You dropped a lot of knowledge here. If you aren't following him, that's Dustin at Ullr's Archery. Matter of fact, let me stop that real quick. Tell the people where they can find you on social media real quick.
Yes, Ullr's_archery. You can find us there. Same with www.ullrsarchery.com. That's the website. And again, my contact information is on there. If you need something, email me, call me. I will respond. And like I said, that's part of my commitment, especially to the people that follow you guys. It's important for people to know that there are quality archery companies out there that are willing to support you. Even if you don't spend $1 with me, if I can give something to you and you walk away just feeling that much more confident about your shot, that's really the ultimate goal. So I appreciate you guys having me on, and thank you guys for 1, being my friends, 2, being my family, and 3, always support me. It's meant a lot these last couple of years, and it's been fun to watch everyone's platform grow as well.
We appreciate that for sure, man. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. When we first started this thing, you was one of the first people to reach out and jump on board and really show us love. So this is a two-way relationship. We feel the exact same way. Everybody give it up once again from Dustin for Ullr's Archery. And if you do want to spend some money, remember you can use promo code NEWJACK for 15% off your order at ullrsarchery.com. Dustin, thank you so much, man.
Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.
Go Bucks.
All right.
Yeah, Bucks, baby. The most. All right, one last thing. The most expensive ticket in all of college football, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen on the planet. We have Coach Brian, love him to death, but why in the hell are tickets almost $200 a ticket to go to a game?
2 years ago, I went to 2 years ago. I went to a game and we sat right at the tunnel that they run out on.
Mm-hmm.
The week that they beat Nebraska, so we bought the tickets like as soon as that game ended, and they were like $80. The very next week, those same seats were like $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
You know how this go, man.
Yeah, it's dumb. But hey, let's go Buffs. And if the Buffs start to fail, I'm always a Go Big Red fan. So
I don't do Nebraska.
man. And again,
right,
thank
guys.
you for joining us, Dustin. We'll catch you on the
Have a
next
good
one.
night.
We got to do this again. We got so much stuff we still didn't get to. Love to
You
do
just
it
say
again.
when.
Thank you for joining us, man.
All right, guys. Bye.
All right, we'll catch you later. For everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. You know what I'm saying? Being here with us because we know we took it a little bit later tonight, but that's our guy. We had to get that done. He gave a lot of knowledge, a lot of info for y'all. Y'all got any final thoughts, fellas, before we get up out of here for the night?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What you got, Trey?
Big game, small game, all game.
I knew
need
it was
help.
coming. I knew it was coming.
Yo, this guy, he needs help, man. He just really can't help himself. Hey, but once again, though, I remind you about the giveaway. To post it, go head over to our New Jack Archers Instagram page. Check that out. Follow the instructions. We will announce that winner on next Monday's show. And you know what? I'll even give y'all an opportunity if you listen to this or watch the show and you have to prove that you did. If you drop an emoji when you tag your friend that's archery related, I'll double your entries. And with that being said, we're going to catch y'all next week on the way up out of here. This has been the 20th episode of the New Jack Archers podcast. Once again, we want to say thank you to Custom Gear Modifications, Ullr's Archery, who you just heard from, Mondo and the Bow Hitch, Shot the 3D Experience, and Jackson Legacy Barbecue. If you're over there in Kentucky, go get you some of that, man. Elk season is coming. It's the 25th, September 1st, right around the corner. Hopefully, me and Trey have some good news to report to y'all.
Right.
Then after that, it's time to get up in them saddles and them tree stands and them ground blinds. Archery season is coming, baby. It's your boy, Mr. J. Cam. That's C. Will, and he is Trey, the dreaded archer. And we will catch y'all next week, man. Peace.